We were just about to talk about another thing that happens to go off on its own. Can anyone identify this picture for me?
That's a Barrett.
That's a really big P320.
This is, as one commenter said, this is a P320 the long way. Yeah, this is the Mark 22, the Barrett MRAD sniper, and allegedly they've been having some problems with these bad boys, and problems that are surprisingly familiar to what we've seen in the SIG Cross, which is ironic. We'll take a look at that in just a second. But also the Remington 700 is in which you get a dead trigger with a live round in the chamber, the safety unable to be put to the safe position. And the only way to unload the firearm is to touch the charging handle, of course, and to remove the bullet from the chamber that way. However, touching the charging handle results in the gun going off, which is fantastic. And we have real video of this. We'll take a look at that article in just a second. But this is the real video. Now, YouTube, don't do terrible things to my channel just because I'm showing this clip, please.
It's airsoft.
It is airsoft.
Fly safe.
Weapons on fire. Won't go to safe. Will not go to safe.
All right, make it safe. Back the bolt a little bit.
Ooh.
I don't know, guys. It looked like he pulled the trigger, or there was like an object in his holster or something. I don't buy that video.
No, we definitely touched it.
We've had slam fire, and now we have slap fire.
Slap fire, true.
Well,
yeah.
we don't understand is that's a feature, not a flaw, right? So maybe you have mitts on and you can't pull the trigger. So you just you fidget with it a bit, and then you just take your thumb and you just hit the bolt handle, and it.
No,
this is
absolutely a feature.
Patent that stuff right now,
boys. This is a reverse HK slap.
This is one of the many Easter eggs Barrett has put in their rifles.
An Easter egg. That's good. Now, I was thinking this is actually really novel. Okay, so you have the P320, which has the telekinetic trigger, right? Connected purely with your mind. You have an angry thought that the trigger goes off, right? You know how in some houses they have the clap to get the lights to turn on and off? This is just that, okay? So this is like touch to fire. It's very sensitive. You don't have to touch the trigger at all. And just by touching the bolt, you get the gun to go off. So I think this is actually a more precise way. This is like a new trigger system, right? Sensitive, a touch pad on your rifle to get it to go off. Kind of. I
really hope Barrett comes out and they say, "Well, clearly the trigger was being pulled."
Yeah, or blame the holster for it.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too. People say guns just don't go off on their own. I mean, like this has been an issue for a while. Like the one that I'll pull up. Stop DMing me to get on chat, you tards. Unbelievable. Gonna have to get off screen now. No, but this just happens. This has just been a known issue. Now, this is funny. This is Nut and Fancy in 2020 with the SIG Cross, which is another SIG product that had a recall on it. And guess what's going to happen? Take a guess what's going to happen with this SIG Gen 1 product.
Still nothing.
Dead trigger, live round in the chamber. To satisfy YouTube, I will go frame by frame here because these are just pictures. This certainly is not video. Touch the charging handle. Boom. Gun goes off. This is just a thing that apparently happens, and it's just funny that it happens with two different rifles and two different SIG products. You have the P320 and the Cross that just have this like known issue. So when people tell me like SIG would never do this, SIG already has done it.
Yeah,
like,
they moved on to
they already did it. People know that they did it. It's a real thing that has happened. So for me, when people say like, oh, they try to defend it, like SIG would never put out a product like this. They would never do this sort of thing. It's not possible for a gun to go off on its own, whatever it might be. It's like Exhibit A. And it's not just exclusive to SIG, of course, because we do have stop messaging me. We do have the MRAD doing the same thing. Now, the MRAD is an interesting case because it's also kind of a modular system, at least as far as like their barrels and bolts go. So I would be interested to know what the actual issue is. Also, the Barrett MRAD is like what, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, something like that for a deployment package. Yeah. Not a cheap system. Cool, super cool.
Their triggers are replaceable, like toolless replaceable, so you can change them quick in the field.
Yeah, the more evidence that comes out about modular systems, the more I'm like, nah.
I mean, I think what's happening is when you're pulling, I'll assume it's the sear fired. When you're pulling the trigger, I think one of the sear engagements is maybe getting stuck or just getting like caught up. And there is enough play in the bolt where the sear catches the trigger sear that when you jiggle it, it could work itself loose and fire.
Bro, did you really just get a SIG ad? Well, yeah. So with I think this happened originally with the 700. Maybe not the exact same issue, but a similar thing. And listen, what happened to Remington is they got sued to oblivion. Right? That's just what happened. And
I had one of those 700s. I had one of those 700s that went off like that. So you just replaced with like a Timony trigger, and then it fixed it.
Yeah, so listen, guys, with your SIGs, just replace it with another gun, and you'll fix the issue.
Yeah, with your $7,000 Barrett, just replace one of the. Yeah, no.
Well, yeah, it's funny that our military's new weapons are just having funny issues, and then you go into the other issues with that program with SIGs ammunition like falling apart inside the chambers, and their XM7 and XM250 having other issues as well. It's the U.S. military is having some issues with their procurement currently.
This is why the term military grade doesn't mean what most people think it means.
Military grade. Yeah, you should be terrified when somebody says that.
I know a gentleman who used to work for Barrett back around 2012, and then he left to go work for SIG, and then around 2016, I want to say 2016, 2017. Somewhere around in there, he left SIG because of what he saw going on and went back to Barrett. So to see this now happening at Barrett, that's interesting.
Interesting. You know what's also something in common with SIG and Barrett, though, is that they got bought out, or not bought out. SIG didn't get bought out, but they have new leadership, right? So Aussie company NIOA group buys U.S. sniper rifle Barrett, and this happened back in 2023. So this is kind of where you see them start to fall off, and perhaps some of these issues start to sneak in. So a privately owned Australian defense company has bought Barrett Firearms, the premier American maker of sniper rifles, widening the NIOA's group access to the American market. And so this was after they already had the MRAD company, but I wonder if there were any specific changes that happened after this.
That's interesting. I wasn't aware that the Australian company is the one who was actually purchasing Barrett as a company.
What a culture of panic around guns.
It's interesting because I shot some precision rifle matches with guys before, two of them specifically that both own MRADs, like the civilian version, Aussie company buyout, and they've never had issues with them. So I'm curious if something internally changed or changed with the contract MRAD.
I actually own a first generation MRAD as well, so never had any issues.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, so you bought an American MRAD though, not
yes.
the Australian MRAD.
Yes.
I've always that's always a area of curiosity for me. Is a foreign company buying an American rifle manufacturer that has contracts with the U.S. military? I'm like, is that square? That seems odd to me. It's like if some Chinese company bought like Northrop or something. It's like, I don't know about that.
I bet they've tried.
Yeah, I mean, if they could, they would, right?